People on the Republican side never really is violent. We don't.
Where are we now? What? Wait. In case y'all missed this.
He doesn't perpetuate or preach violence. People on the Republican side never really is violent.
Y'all see that right eye? That was the tail. Y'all saw this man eye? First of all, his eye is normally open. That was the tail. It's not even normal to close one eye. He ain't rub it like something got in it. The man just said, people on the right don't commit violence. Republicans don't commit violence.
You know what I'm saying? Drop a like, leave a comment, let me know you're in here. We finna have fun tonight.
But yeah, so I'm making this for one reason and one reason only. I made a video about Officer Tatum a month or two ago. And it got fucking ratioed out the ass by all the Officer Tatum teeter-totters that love him and adore him and was saying, oh, I don't understand, think I'm a stupid liberal and blah, 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 and I don't know anything. So we're going to cover a video of his where he's going to do just him talking, and he's probably going to say a lot of bullshit, which is what I call him out for. It's just not addressing the full truth, lying, misinterpreting, distorting things. That's what I think he does. So in order to prove that, we're going to watch Nova. What's good with you, gang? What's good? What's good? I see you back. Again. But yeah, man. So we're going to cover, that. You feel me? So wait, let me see something. Because why my chat not showing up? Is it? I don't know why my chat not showing up, y'all. Yes, Officer Tatum. We're going to cover Officer Tatum. Because I don't know if you saw my video where he talked to Stephen A. And I was calling him out on his bullshit. And that video got ratioed out the ass. So I said, I'm going to stay on this nigga neck for everybody that came on my video. And was like, you don't know what you're talking about. Officer Tatum tells the truth. And we love how his dick tastes. And all that shit. So I'm just going to cover his video and call out how dishonest this motherfucker is. So without further ado, we're going to see how full of shit Officer Tatum is. But I do have a small issue of why my chat isn't showing up. I need to figure that out. Yeah, his fan base is dumb crazy. Like, the motherfuckers, I don't understand. She said a wonderful group of people. Okay. I need to get my chat in here, though. Because right now my chat isn't showing up for some reason. I need this to work. I don't know why my chat not showing up. Everything I'm trying to use some new shit. As y'all see this up at the top, it says it has -1 subscribers and I'm trying to get to 5,000. I don't know why it's doing that shit, but it shouldn't be. What's good, Star Fox? What's good? I don't know why my chat isn't working. It was working last time I did this shit. I don't know why it's doing that. Last time I did it, it was showing up, and now it's not. I think it's because this bot Rick's thing is so fucking slow. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. Well, I still can see our messages. Hopefully, at some point, it'll show up on here. Because it should. But nonetheless, let's get to the video, man.
Be offended if people call him Democrat. So, but yeah.
Sorry, this video is about the Minnesota shooting of the two lawmakers, where I guess what's his name? Bolter, what's his name? Vance Bolter. He shot two representatives of Minnesota, killed one and injured the other.
Because of this board thing he was on for cover the walls, it wasn't to serve. He was just serving the community.
Then they go with the Trump supporter. They saying he's a Trump supporter. His roommate said he was a Trump supporter. He had a hit list with people on it. They were all Democrats who were pro-choice and all this other stuff. Donald Trump ain't never told nobody to do nothing like this. No other conservative want to go out and kill you because you disagree with them.
Who said anything about Trump having to tell him to do it? That's not the point.
This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com. TatumStore.com, ladies and gentlemen, tis the season for 4th of July. So get you some 4th of July merch. Make sure you put USA 20 to get 20% off. We got the brand new Trump. This Uncle Trump, boy.
Fam. And they wonder why we say they're in a cult, bro. You as your own man is taking Donald Trump, tatting him up, putting 45-47 chain on him with this ugly ass design of and imposed image of Trump on a body and selling it as a t-shirt. And you wonder why people say y'all in a cult? Like, are you what are you confused about why we say you're in a cult when you sell shit like this as your own entity and your own brand? You're selling Trump shirts. Got it. Trump Vance. And this is your shit. This is your store. I guess.
Ship it to your thug days. All right, ladies and gentlemen, get your merch today. All right, let's get to this murderous thug that we didn't get a chance to cover because we wanted to have an actual weekend. This is a crazy situation to me. And the reason why I say it is because I don't know how a person that claims to be a Christian, that claims to be a Trump supporter, would do any of these things that we've seen. I do not understand how this is a real thing. Let me just explain it real quick before we get to the video. No one can claim this person is radicalized through Christianity. Christianity is the most pacifist religion that I know of. Christianity does not preach murdering people.
Why is he saying that as if we haven't had a history of people that are Christians committing heinous acts of violence? And I'm not saying that they teach it. I'm not saying that Christianity teaches people to be violent, but we know that that Christians attack people. There's people that's just radicalized and go nuts. I'm not blaming the religion, but let's not sit here and act like Christians don't kill people.
Christianity does not preach hate.
We know
There's
that.
nowhere in the Bible where it's mentioned that you're supposed to hate your neighbor.
Together,
Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. That means that the Lord will do what he got to do, not you. Jesus preached to no end to be of a non-violent nature. So you can't say his Christian faith caused him to do this because it's not even preached in Christianity to do something like this. Then they go with the Trump supporter. They saying he's a Trump supporter. His roommate said he was a Trump supporter. He had a hit list with people on it. They were all Democrats who were pro-choice and all this other stuff. Donald Trump ain't never told nobody to do nothing like this. No other conservative want to go out and kill you because you disagree with them. It's not a conservative principle to do what he.
I don't like how he's saying that as if it's like Trump had to explicitly do that. It's not even nobody is saying Trump is going out here telling people to be violent, but his rhetoric definitely contributes to people getting radicalized. He just treats everybody as others. He acts like everybody is against you or the reason that you're not doing well. And it's not hard to understand why people could get radicalized by that type of rhetoric.
He did. But yet they want to use it to make it seem like there's radical white supremacists. And they will overlook all of the damage and destruction from the left. But
it's about overlook. So let's say you do put it on the left. Let's say the left has caused so much destruction that the people of the right are so distraught. They're the ones still going out to commit crimes. Like, and that's the thing. He's going to make me sit here and try to say that the right, he's going to force me to keep emphasizing how the right is more violent than the left. And I don't even want to have to do that. But just accept the fact that this man is probably right wing. It's a good chance that he's right wing. Just accept it. We had to accept that Luigi Mangione was left leaning, even though right people are. But you know what's so funny about the Luigi situation? People on the right agreed with it too. What's good, Watts? What's good, Watts?
Nigga, you gay.
Oh, damn, that must have just came on because you got in here. Damn. Damn, G, I ain't even know that. You working magic over here. I don't even know why that happened, bro. Shit.
All of a sudden, they want.
I don't know what happened, bro. That shit just came on. I didn't do that. I did not do that, bro. I don't know what the fuck happened.
To make it about Trump. But let's go to the news clip real quick. We got a couple clips associated, and we'll go from there. They did catch the guy, and they found all kind of indicia of him premeditating this stuff. Roll the clip.
Let's get right to breaking news. The man accused of shooting 2 state lawmakers in Minnesota is now in custody facing murder and attempted murder charges.
Police say they are confident that he acted
And my fucking chat not even working.
alone, but why remains unclear. Overnight, authorities capturing Vance Bolter, the man accused of shooting 2 Minnesota lawmakers and their spouses, killing 2 and wounding
You and
2.
this bitch lying. You just here telling bold-faced lies.
Low IQ.
That's crazy. That's crazy, bro.
Others.
Law enforcement involved in a
There's no video. There's no proof. It didn't happen.
complex and dangerous manhunt. Spent Father's Day away from their families to deliver justice for Melissa and Mark Hortman and their children.
This lady has way too much emotion for how calmly Tim is talking right now. Like, I know I'm very beginner with sign language. I know some of it. Her facial expressions don't match what the fuck he's doing, what he's saying. I don't know if she's over. Let me make sure she ain't just one of these people that's just signing whatever again.
Dangerous manhunt. Spent Father's Day away from their families to deliver justice for Melissa and Mark Hortman and their children who spent this Father's Day alone.
Authorities arresting the 57-year-old near his farm in the city of Green Isle.
Yeah, I did. Because I told you I'm not using Restream no more. I'm just doing the YouTube thing. So yeah, I had to get the latency together because with Restream I had no way to change the latency, and it was pissing me off. So that's why we in real time now. It feels so good.
Bolter, with the help of drones and helicopters, saying he was armed but was taken into custody
But
without
part of that
incident.
now is why my
The suspect
fucking chat
crawled to
isn't
law
showing
enforcement
up.
teams and was placed under arrest at that point in time.
Court records show a child of 2 of the victims, State Senator John Hoffman and his wife Yvette, called police to report a
Damn,
shooting at
shot
their
right
home
in they
around 2
dome.
a.m.
Right, it's
Saturday.
always something,
Police were
man.
then
My chat not
proactively
working.
dispatched to the home of former Minnesota House Speaker Melissa Hortman. That's where they encountered the masked suspect fleeing the scene after fatally shooting Hortman and her husband. The suspect forced to abandon this SUV resembling a patrol car.
If that had not happened, I have every confidence that this would have continued throughout the day.
So far, no motive has been released. His friend and roommate says Bolter recently faced financial struggles while trying to realize his dream of owning a private security company, and texted him Saturday that he had made some choices and might be dead soon.
Just not say crazy right winger gone nuts.
Star Fox, I don't know. They facial expressions don't match the tone of the conversation of them speaking. I don't know. I know a little bit of sign language. That was my minor in college, but their facial expressions didn't match.
You know, that was all he is. You know, it just bothers me. That's his legacy. But I knew him all my life. He wasn't that guy, you know.
Bolter spent time as a preacher, his roommate saying he became less cheerful after a missionary trip to Africa in 2023. Police now reviewing a list of potential targets they say the suspect left behind, including the names of many Democratic lawmakers and abortion rights advocates, along with addresses. Police also say they found at least 3 AK-47 rifles, along with a ballistic vest, a mask, and a police-style badge. A memorial outside the state capitol in Minneapolis now pays tribute to former House Speaker Melissa Hortman and her husband. As for the other 2 victims, shooting survivor Yvette Hoffman revealing she was shot 8 times and her husband 9 times.
Damn!
The violence underscoring a troubling trend. Threats to elected officials are on the rise. Nationally, 43% of state lawmakers reported facing threats during their most recent term in office and the preceding campaign.
The increase in threats against elected officials, something like 1,700 back in 2016, and now we're up to 9,000. This is a rampant problem.
House Republicans reportedly held an emergency.
Oh yeah, bro. They jumped. They said not only did the right say it was a Democrat, they said Tim Walz put out a hit on this woman because she voted against something that he was for or some shit like that. They went that far initially, but they're having to calm down now because more and more stuff is coming out and it's obvious that he was a right-leaning person. Like, they're insane, dog.
Call to discuss safety concerns. Democrats are expected to hold a similar call this week.
Well, let me tell you this. The ramp up in threats against politicians is not shocking to me because these people are evil and they're devils and they're trying to destroy the country. However,
and then you see what I'm like, unironically, he just said, well, the violence don't shock me because these people are evil and trying to destroy the country. Y'all are the only ones talking like that. As much as I do believe that people on the right, I think that more people are just uninformed on the right. But these people are evil and they're trying to destroy the country. Well, no wonder you got people on your side trying to take these people out. You fucking think? Like, as much as we hate Trump, like, he is trying to destroy the country, but even the people that attacked him were right-leaning people. His own people tried to take him out because of how destructive he is. That shouldn't be the route, but that's just how they fell.
I will say that there's a way to handle that, and that's to not elect these people. That is to run against these people. That's not to go kill them. Jesus. And it's asinine to me that this man decided to, make this decision. I will say this, everybody got it in them. I just want people to understand that. You push a person too far, they all got it in them, but they don't make it right. And I hope that this guy get the full measure of the law. He should get the death penalty, if you ask me. So it was very bizarre to see a guy do this, claiming to be a Christian and also claiming to be a Trump supporter.
I just think why does he keep emphasizing that as if, like I said, some of y'all came after? There's a history of Christians committing heinous acts. And that's not to blame the religion on it. It's just the fact that they happen to be Christian and just somehow become radicalized and do crazy stuff. So stop this. This man claimed to be Christian and a Trump supporter. First of all, you could drop the Trump supporter part because, nigga, Trump supporters are fucking violent. Let's not forget what happened January 6th, sir. Stop it. Stop it. Then they're going to compare it to BLM and the LA riots. These people are fighting for a fucking cause, not a person. The people on January 6th fought for Trump. You know what I'm saying? See, this is why this is blowing me. Who is that, Star Fox? No, who just said that? Who just typed something? Was that Bunny? Yeah, acting like they ain't violent. Who was that? It was Bunny or Nova that said something about the I'm so mad because I don't know why I can't see your hold on. I might gotta change this. I couldn't see your message for some reason. It hid your message out the chat. I think y'all could see it, but I can't for some reason. It was you. Wait, what you mean it was you? Oh, that was you that typed it? Nah. I saw a message from the avatar at the bottom, but it didn't show up in the chat. That's what's upsetting me right now. Why is all this stupid shit happening, bro? What's up, Mark? What's up?
Let's get to some other clips that were here as well. Did we play the press conference? No, I want to play the roommate. This is a little bit of what the roommate had said when he was interviewed before the one you just saw. Roll the clip.
This should not be happening, dog.
The roommate that I spoke with, David Carlson, he has known Vance for 40 plus years. He said that Bolter didn't express a lot of strong political views, but he did hold some strong opinions about abortion. Here's a little bit of our conversation.
You always had a fascination with military.
He said we all off at the same time. Bro, I'm lucky I'm off, honestly. I got off today because I didn't want to work. I was going to have a fucked up day, and I was like, yeah, nah, let somebody else take my shit. I was like, no. Yeah. Somebody else was going to get sent home, so I took that shit. I did not want to deal with work today. It's too fucking hot. Nah, I was like, fuck that. I'm going home. Make money another way.
I'm 100 miles away from killing people.
Apparently in his manifesto, there was some stuff about Planned Parenthood.
He had a manifesto?
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
Was there any beliefs about abortion? Or?
Yeah, he was a strong... But he hasn't talked about abortion for years. I mean, this goes back through the 90s. He really hated abortion. But we hardly ever talked. I haven't talked really about abortion for him for years.
Now, Carlson was very emotional during our conversation. He said that he had no idea or indication that this was coming. I'm also told that receipts
Shout out to the 15 in here.
items that were particularly used in this morning's attack were reportedly found in one of those vehicles. So again, the cleanup process is underway here at 4830 in the Camden neighborhood of North Minneapolis, and police are still searching for Vance.
Damn, wait, is this, first of all, is that, oh, maybe this is where they do live. I was going to say, is this the home of one of the representatives? Because, man, but I'm guessing this is the shooter's home.
Vehicles, so potentially used in this morning's attack, were reportedly found in one of those vehicles. So again, the cleanup process is underway here at 4830 in the Camden neighborhood of North Minneapolis, and police are still searching for Vance. Reporting in Minneapolis, Mary McGuire, Fox 9.
So obviously that's an old clip. They found him.
It wasn't really
it's
a
very
luxury,
interesting. The roommate, as weird as he seemed pretty genuine. So when that's when he came out and said that the guy was a Trump supporter. We had that clip. We had that clip too, don't we? Let's play that clip. So when he came out and said he was a Trump supporter, at first I was like, oh, here they go. But then I felt like he sounded very genuine. Even he is saying it's bizarre. It kind of caught him off guard. They don't even talk about these political perspectives as much as they used to. It's not like a thing on his mind. He didn't see this coming. Roll the clip.
Isn't that usually how it goes? Like, except for the high school kids that lose it and go crazy, usually these people that commit these crimes, like, go out and shoot people. Everybody around them be like, I never would have saw this coming. I never expected this. Like, that shit ain't just something they wear on their sleeve in most cases. Like, that doesn't mean anything. It's like, yeah, you can say, like, I didn't surprise. And that's just Tate's way to cope with, see, there's no way we could have predicted this. It ain't because of Trump. It ain't because he's on the right. It ain't because of his beliefs. Like, and again, I'm not trying to say Trump is the reason, but I'm trying to say that the language the right puts out is very much, it's not hard to understand why people react like this.
Just a little bit. I know that you had some discussions.
Well, everyone's calling him a Democrat. He's not a Democrat. He would be offended if people called him a Democrat. So.
Now, I'm not going to say this guy's the end all be all, but this is a friend / neighbor, and he's like pretty confident to say, like, I don't know why they calling him a Democrat. He would be offended if you called him a Democrat. So clearly the man is right-leaning.
But because of this board thing he was on for Governor Walz, it wasn't to serve. He was just serving the community. But he. I can't believe a political issue would cause him to do such a thing.
Did he ever bring up the senator or the representative who were targeted?
Like I was saying, no, he never talked about that. I didn't know.
What the fuck was that cut?
Did he ever bring up the senator or the representative who were targeted?
Like I was saying, no, he never talked about that. I didn't recognize her.
Any politicians he mentioned?
Nancy Pelosi, didn't like Jim Walz.
Tim Walz?
Didn't like Jim Biden. But
Tim Walz? What would you say about him?
well, I mean, nothing. I mean, it's just normal. Oh, I don't like this that Tim Walz did this. I don't like that they did that.
Did he mention the protests that were planned for yesterday?
This almost feels fake with her coming in like that. It feels like they placed that there, but I'm guessing that's just her angle because you can't hear her from that camera and they switch it. But it seems fake. Damn.
I mentioned the protest.
What do you make of everything that's happened here and the fact
Maybe
that
I mentioned it to him, but I don't think he mentioned anything.
What would you tell him?
I would tell him to surrender himself so he could be taken alive because he's like my best friend, so I don't want him to be killed.
Hey, I don't know why I say it, but it say -1 subscribers. So make sure if you ain't subbed, you hit that sub button, man. Make sure you hit it. I'm trying to get to 5,000 and -1 ain't gonna cut it.
I don't want him to kill anyone else, you know. So I think if I saw him, I could talk him down.
See how hot is it there? Yeah, bro. They must have caught him while he was cutting the grass or something.
And did he listen to any particular podcasts or TV shows or anything online that concerns you?
Well, you listen to InfoWars.
There you fucking go. Like, see, it's not necessarily Trump. It's the cult that follows him and lies and just does and just, you know, the InfoWars. It's fucking Alex Jones, bro. Oh my God, it's Alex Jones. Those the type of people, and they radicalize others to do shit like this. But they fucking shill for Trump to no ends. There's nobody on the left that does that. I'm sorry, like it's God. And this dude probably none the wiser to like the type of info he's giving to these reporters and to people that's following this. Like he's none the wiser.
I kind of told us that, well, it's like 50% truth. You know, I kind of said, don't.
50 is pushing it, but that's still not good. You don't want a 50% truth. You don't want to listen to something where you're trying to get truthful information and only half of it is true. And even half is pushing it for InfoWars.
Don't take everything what they say for granted. It wasn't a real truthful. I mean, they're on for some things, but some things are way off.
Did he talk much about Trump? And what did he say if so?
I was a Trump supporter. Voted for Trump. You like Trump? I like Trump.
Oh.
So that's where people are getting it, that he's a Trump supporter.
That's where people are getting it.
Is that he voted for Trump, whatever, from his roommate saying that. It's just bizarre to me because Trump is not a violent person.
Will you stop? Like, it's bizarre to me. I don't get why this happened, even though we had thousands of people try to storm the Capitol. I don't get why people. How you support Trump and you're violent? Trump's not. The man said I could shoot somebody on whatever street in New York and nobody would do anything. Shut the fuck up. You're lying. Of course, you ain't see Trump punch somebody or tell anybody to be violent. Stand back and stand by. Like, nigga, we can go on and on. Trump has said a lot of shit that could incite violence. Get the fuck out of here. Trump is not a violent person. The man is liable for sexual assault. What do you mean? That's a form of violence, my nigga.
He doesn't act violent. He doesn't perpetuate or preach violence.
This is COPE. This is why I said this was COPE. Because I don't care if Trump. We're not finna sit here and act like people that have committed violence throughout history did it solely because whoever they listened to said, go do something and be violent. That's usually not even how it works. In most instances, they're not saying, go do this, go commit acts of violence, go harm this person. 9 times out of 10, that's not how it's happening. They're radicalized over time through rhetoric and feel like they have to take action to be the fucking martyr of their cause. It's not because somebody said go do something. I hate this nigga. Bro, like that's probably gonna be the line, man. I don't care how bad it sounds. Like, I hate this nigga, bro. Like,
people on the Republican side never really is violent. We don't.
Where are we now? What? Wait. In case y'all missed this.
He doesn't perpetuate or preach violence. People on the Republican side never really is violent.
Y'all see that right eye? That was the tail. Y'all saw this man's eye? First of all, his eye is normally open. That was the tail.
It's just bizarre to me because Trump is not a violent.
Look at this man's right eye when he says this outright lie. Look at it. It's the tail.
Person. He doesn't act violent. He doesn't perpetuate or preach violence. People on the Republican side never really is violent.
It's not even normal to close one eye. He ain't rub it like something got in it. The man just said, people on the right don't commit Republicans don't commit violence. Nigga, what was that? You didn't do that the whole time you've been talking, my nigga.
It's just bizarre to me because Trump is not a violent person. He doesn't act violent. He doesn't perpetuate or preach violence. People on the Republican side never really is violent.
Fam, that's the weirdest tick I've ever seen. And this is coming from a nigga that has ticks. I ain't seen no tick like that. Nigga closed his whole right eye to say people on the Republican side don't commit violence. How did you even muster up the gall to say something like that?
We don't have a No Kings protest and we're not burning down.
What did the No Kings protest have to do with violence? That protest was overwhelmingly just a protest. I love how they pretend. I love how they pretend like because people sometimes get rowdy at the protest, then the whole cause just goes out the window and it's just that's what's violent. There was more people protesting across the country that went to that fuck ass parade Trump had, and yet the reports of violence are minuscule.
Down and killing people and running over people in the middle of the street.
Oh my God! First of all,
it's protests and we're not.
I would argue that people that's running people down is people that's angry at the protesters, which means they probably on the opposite side of the cause to get mad at the people protesting. Now I do think I hate when people protest and block streets and shit, but
burning down and killing people.
Even if you want to name all that shit, people destroying buildings is not the same as going out to shoot individuals. Those are two totally different things. Wow, y'all had it in Sweden. And y'all have, he said, ironically, we have an actual king. That is funny. Mark, I'm not a big Hassan fan. Because he's like a communist, and he has too big of a fan base to have not like been able to support the left-leaning candidate.
And running over people in the middle of the street, setting buildings on fire and looting and stuff because we lost an election.
What? What is it? Like, I want everybody that was underneath my other Officer Tatum video, all them fucking dick sucks, to come and see how full of shit this nigga is. He just skipped over January 6th and named all the violence that happened to property and compared it to a guy going to kill 2 lawmakers that were Democratic and just act like, well, these people were burning buildings and knocking over cars and yeah, because they lost an election. First of all, who rioted because we lost the election? People are protesting because of Trump's behavior and actions as president, not because he won. Why are you acting like what happened on January 6th didn't happen? Talking about because they lost an election. Is this nigga a retard? What the fuck is happening? Bro, I have to like show the comments that I got under this video. People saying that he tells the truth. Here, how dare you say that about my officer? Like, this is insane. And he's just
no Kings protest, and we're not burning down and killing people and running over people.
Burning
in the middle
down. Who on the left burned somebody?
Protest, and we're not burning down and killing people and running over people in the middle of the street.
I'm sorry, the people on the right is the ones that's been killing people. The people on the right, like I said, the left have to take the Luigi Mangione because he was left-leaning, but people on the right still supported him. So I'm not trying to hear it. And now you got somebody on the right that just shot 2 lawmakers. You got both of the people that tried to shoot Trump on the right. What?
Setting buildings on fire and looting and stuff because we lost an election.
If I'm not mistaken, the guy that blew himself up in the Tesla, wasn't he right-leaning too?
I mean, they had the little dust up at the Capitol building, but that's the only.
The little dust up at the. Fam, this nigga is crazy. The little dust up at the Capitol where thousands of people said they was gonna kill Mike Pence and try to coup the fucking country. Dust up. Whatever happened at the No Kings protest was a dust up. I think one person got shot across the whole country. I don't know the situation. And then there was a few hundred arrests across the country versus thousands of people rushing the Capitol because they actually lost an election. That's really what they were there for. Tried to kill the vice president and tried to hurt other lawmakers in there to not certify the election. Dust up. What the fuck?
Only demonstration that you can name in the entire country related to the election.
But the people on the left just protest. I just made one of my other videos, what the Adam Mockler and Blair White debate, where I said, I'm like, the left is full of a bunch of bitches that ain't gonna do shit. Like, the left got some hoes. I'm not finna go out here and fight and kill and shoot nobody over this shit. I'm not. So I don't know. Don't y'all say the left is soft? Well, you know, feelings. Yeah, the left don't be doing shit for real, bro. So I don't know where this pretending as if the left is the ones out here committing all these acts of violence, bro. You are eating doo-doo.
Supposed to have been the biggest thing that ever happened in the history of the country.
Literally a pile of shit on Pelosi's desk.
Darkest moment of our country. Was supposed to have been the biggest thing that ever happened in the history of the country. The darkest moment of our country.
It is one of the biggest threats to democracy since the fucking Civil War, you numbnuts.
Supposed to have been the biggest thing that ever happened in the history of the country. The darkest moment of our country. One protest that lasted a couple hours didn't.
This is almost like a parody. Like, I don't even know what to say, because does he believe this? Does he believe this, y'all? Like, I don't get it. I truly don't get it. It's no way he believes this.
Necessitate any use of force for them to walk out of the Capitol. They just left. No now.
I'm dumbfounded at this nigga right here. Like,
National Guard, no nothing. They just left.
No National Guard, no nothing. After 3 hours of going nuts, and Trump, their daddy, their cult leader, told them to stop, so they left. The cult leader told them to stop, and then they left.
Not one police officer was assaulted inside of the Capitol building. No one was assaulted inside the Capitol building except for Ashley Babbitt,
who tried to go into a room where they told her to stop and had a gun pointed at her, and she decided to still try to proceed forward where lawmakers were behind, so he tried to protect them, and then she tried to go through, and that's what caused what happened to happen.
No one was assaulted inside the Capitol building except for Ashley Babbitt, who was unjustifiably killed.
Unjustifiably? And I can't, these people really think this nigga is like some truth speaker. I'm sorry. He damn near is in like the Benny Johnson camp to me at this point. Like, this is insane.
In my opinion. What a major dust up. And then you go and look at what they doing all across the country. They're demonstrating and blocking.
All across the country, they protesting.
Blocking the road, damaging property, setting buildings on fire, looting stores.
He ain't named not one person getting killed yet.
Burning Waymos, assaulting police, throwing rocks at them, trying to kill Border Patrol agents. I mean, you name it.
You naming my ass, nigga. Only people on the right have successfully been, except for Luigi, you got all these people on the right successfully killing people or attempting to kill people. Actually. And yet on the left, you talking about people getting mad. And mind you, this isn't the majority of the people that's even involved. I won't even say that majority of the people involved in January 6th was violent. I'm not even saying that. But what I will say is what they did was far more egregious than people getting at a protest, the minority of people at a protest breaking windows and burning buildings. And that wasn't even happening at the clip that they try to pretend like it was.
What they do, and they've been doing it in 2020. They do it every election cycle. They do it.
The fuck? He's mad because the left protests more. That's what it is. The right don't protest. They just go out and kill a motherfucker. So sorry that y'all don't have to stand for shit because y'all don't give a fuck about nothing and don't have any morals about anything, that y'all just go out and kill people when you're upset. Sorry the left protests, and then when they do, there's people that get rowdy and do extra shit but still ain't trying to outright kill motherfuckers. I'm sorry.
Year round. And so it's very bizarre that a man like this would do this, claiming to be a Christian. Let's go to
I love how he's pretending like this is not par for the course. This is just so fucking funny to me.
And I'm just as excited about Jesus.
Et je suis juste excité
right
de
here,
Jésus.
right now.
Jusqu'à présent, même maintenant.
And when I get excited,
et quand je suis excité,
I want to dance.
Je veux danser.
And what Jesus did for me.
C'est que Jésus a fait pour moi.
Jesus is God.
Jésus est Dieu.
God.
C'est le Dieu puissant.
He saved my life.
Il a sauvé ma vie.
I'm excited about God.
Je suis excité de Dieu.
And I want to worship Him.
Et c'est pourquoi je l'adore.
It's crazy.
Because He's coming again. And
Jésus
He's
revient encore.
I'm sorry. For my people that's religious, I just can't. What is y'all thoughts on that? Like, how do y'all, my people that's Christians, like, how do you feel about that shit?
And He's got plans. He's got plans
de plans
and purposes
et le dessein
for each one of you,
pour chacun de vous ici,
and for me,
et pour moi aussi.
I don't think his plan was for you to go kill nobody. But these things, when I watch a man act like this, when I watch a man do some of the things he did, volunteering in the community, you just wonder what made this man go get a mask and go and shoot up and had a list of 70 Democrat lawmakers, pro-choice advocates, abortion providers, Tina Smith, Ilhan Omar, Tim Walz, Keith Ellison. He had a manifesto, ammo, weapons in his vehicle. His wife was also detained separately for guns, cash, and a passport, or passports, separate with guns, cash, and passports. What in the world is going on here? Now, some people say this is a false flag, that MK Ultra made him do it. I wouldn't be shocked, but I do think it's crazy.
I wouldn't be shocked. You gonna cop to that? Come on, bro. This is COPE. Oh my God, I need some type of COPE like on my soundboard. I don't know what the fuck to have, but like this shit is what? Like this is the level of deranged.
We don't love Putin. We don't want our kids to die.
Like this is derangement. Like I wouldn't be surprised if it was MK Ultra. Come the fuck on. Come on, bro. Y'all going into the conspiracies. You can't just accept the fact that the man was on the right. That's just what it is. Like, it's just what it is. People on the left had to eat the fact that Luigi was on the left. Period. And just so happened that people on the right also was like, shit, we don't kind of give a fuck if you kill a CEO. People on the left had said that. I don't fuck with Luigi. That shit's stupid. It doesn't get anything done. Just so we're clear, I don't agree with what Luigi did. I think killing people because you mad about policy ain't gonna fix the policy. So I don't fuck that shit. But regardless, the fact remains is people on the right are more violent if we're going to compare. You're trying to paint this narrative that it's not true is just comical. And that's why I've been laughing, because it's not even like something I could really sit here and I will have to prove. The proof is in the pudding, nigga.
Crazy that this man did this, and he should be held accountable. And I don't care which side of the aisle you're on. I don't care what your theology is. It's never the right thing for you to kill nobody over politics. It may be the right thing for you to hope and pray that they don't go to hell, but for you to go and kill somebody because you disagree with their politics is insanity. Let's go to Merkley, Senator Merkley, blaming Trump for this whole thing. Clip 2. Roll it.
There was a state representative, Democratic leader of the state legislature in Minnesota killed over the weekend, a state senator shot. How would you describe the current?
That's a fact, Mark. That's what was. You said the same people who love Luigi are the same people who the Marine who killed the homeless are the same people who the Marine. That's true. That is true.
Political atmosphere in this country this morning.
I feel like Trump has really popped the lid off the rhetoric and the sense of hate and violence and promoted this type of an environment. It's profoundly disturbing for all of us. We have seen increased threats across the country. You're probably familiar with the pizza threats. We've seen more of that where pizzas or other food is delivered to people's families that they haven't ordered, just to say from the right wing, we know who you are, we know where you live. I can tell you all of our families feel a greatly heightened sense. And just let me just say, my heart goes out to the families in Minnesota. How horrific for the whole country, but particularly we're holding the folks in Minnesota in our hearts.
Yeah, no place in this country for political violence of any kind.
Now, I don't know how Trump don't sue his socks off, in his case, sue his thong off for just blatantly lying. What is Trump saying that is creating violence in this country? That
you don't have to say, hey, go commit violence. You don't have to say that.
The same thing Barack Obama said, that if you come over here illegally, we're gonna deport you. How does that create violence? Him saying that he want peace in the Middle East, he want Iran to come to a peace deal with Israel. That's creating violence. What has Donald Trump said specifically that has encouraged violence in America? There's not one thing.
He told the Proud Boys to stand back and stand by. He said the 2A people might have something to say about Hillary Clinton wanting to take away their guns. And he didn't mean just something to say. He was insinuating they're going to use their guns. He said he could go stand on Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and nobody would care. He said these people are Marxist, Leninist, radical leftists that want to take over your country. He said the left is trying to let in rapists, murderers, all that other shit into your country. That can radicalize people. You don't have to say, hey, if you don't like somebody, go shoot them. This is fucking subpar thinking. It doesn't make any sense for him to act like that. Nigga, we know what he said.
It's not one thing. And this is what bothers me. And I personally feel like that these people are creating violence. These people are saying that Trump is creating violence so their people can be violent against him and Trump supporters.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country. Maybe there will be.
People need. Yeah, play the montage of people on the left saying things that you can interpret how you want, but don't play the ones on the right. Got it.
To start taking to the streets. This is a dictator. You know, there needs to be
taking to the streets. He didn't take it to the streets mean protest, and then she said uprising. That still can mean protest.
Unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Wait, she
hater.
You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Enemies of the state.
Show me where
unrest.
It says that protests are supposed to be
Trump said enemy on the state. So if you want to apply that to the left, apply that to the right.
Polite and peaceful.
Of the state.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
Do something about.
I don't know how you could take that. You could take that one. You could take that one different ways, to be fair.
Your dad's immigration practices, you feckless.
They go peaceful.
Do something about your dad's immigration practices, you feckless.
They go.
What the fuck? That was just an insult. You love Trump. Trump insults people all the time.
Low, we kick.
How do you resist the Chad's immigration practices, you feckless?
When they go low, we kick.
How do you
Well, that's coming from how fucking immoral the right has been.
resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck?
Biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized right up to the right.
I thought he should.
I don't like Don Lemon be blunt. Like, I hate the invocation of race in so many situations where it ain't always necessary. Like, just save the racial invocations for when it's actually blatantly racial. Like, I hate when people invoke race into things where it's not the strongest point to make and it's just unnecessary. What's good, Josh? What's good? What's good?
To punch him in the face. I said, even if you lost, he insulted your wife.
Yes.
He came down the escalator and called Mexicans rapists and murderers. He said, well, what do you think I should have done? I said, I think you should have punched him in the face and then gotten out of the race. You would have been a hero.
Damn. I would like to know who that is.
He said, well, what?
Because there's also a big distinction that lawmakers on the left invite some of this type of language like fucking Marjorie Taylor Greene and shit versus just like commentators and people on the internet. I don't know who this woman is, though.
What do you think I should have done? I said, I think you should have punched him in the face and then gotten out of the race. You would have been a hero.
I'd like to punch him in the face. I said if we're
Robert De Niro, just a fucking actor.
in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him. Punch some
I don't know the context of what Joe Biden said.
people in the face.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
These are actors.
We're going to have to go out and put a bullet
There's people on the right, there's lawmakers that do this type of shit.
in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
But to be fair, they're on the left. Hey, he's getting his message across to his crowd for certain because it's not like we haven't seen this type of shit.
People in the face.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
Then what was the context behind that one too?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
Look, as his character is stabbed to death.
Damn, what the fuck was that? No, that's crazy. Is that Snoop? Is that Snoop?
We're going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
There's
assassinated a president.
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump.
I know. I've seen that clip before, and that's out of context. I've seen that clip before. That's not him saying somebody should put a bullet in Trump. He deliberate. Well, I don't know if Tatum made this montage. Whoever did took that clip out of context. I know that for a fact.
And that's a fact.
Was this from like the fuck Donald Trump video or something? I don't know what this is about. Do any of y'all know what the context behind this is? It's crazy though. Motherfuckers really wasn't fucking with Trump before that first run.
Look, as his character is stabbed to death.
Where is John Wilkes Booth when you need him?
Damn. Again, we keep seeing all these actors doing shit. I remember that. She got canceled for that shit. She got canceled after this.
That's it right there. Pull it up.
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
Brickashaw. Now she was alive for John Wilkes Booth.
I've thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
Damn.
A Missouri state senator is under investigation by the Secret Service after saying she hopes President Trump is assassinated.
I will go and take Trump out tonight. And if you see it,
yeah, hey. Yeah, they love going to Maxine Waters. But this is working for his base. But it's not as if this shit isn't happening on the right. That's the funny part about it. And again, all this rhetoric that they claim is happening on the left, how many people on the left has gone out and killed lawmakers on the right? How many? Or killed just people that's on the right? How many people on the left has just gone and blown up churches or just took out a race of people, aiming to kill a race of people? How many? Give me numbers. I need to see the evidence of people on the left harming people out of political differences or ideologies. I need to see that because I feel like we're going to get a real short list when you stop at Luigi. Yeah, Kathy went crazy. Luigi, I'm not even trying to be biased. I'm trying to literally think of people on the left that committed, that went out and actually harmed somebody over their ideology or their politics. And when you compare the people like the fucking shooting, I forgot what's it, Buffalo, I think, that guy that just went and killed black people, the fucking this guy Vance Bolter, you know, it's the two people that tried to take out Trump. It's not like there's. Let's see who runs out of runs out of names first.
From that cabinet, in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd, and you push back on them.
Now, I don't know why they harp on her doing this so much. She said, when you see your lawmakers, you confront them about what they're saying. That's not about hurting them. The same way that person tried to do to Nancy Mace at the fucking drugstore, and she like insulted the guy and made fun of him for being gay and shit. Like she was like, I voted for gay marriage. She assumed he was gay and was like, I voted for gay marriage. He's like, why the fuck do you, he said that. He's like, why does that matter to me? He was confronting her about having a town hall. She say, I voted for gay marriage. He like, why do you think that matters? Like, why are you talking about gay marriage? I don't care. I want to know when you having a town hall. And she cussed him out. All Maxine was saying was confront your lawmakers when you see them. Confront them for what they're doing if you don't like it. She didn't say go hurt them.
You tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
And sadly, the domestic enemies to our voting system and our honoring our Constitution are right at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
They're not going to stop before Election Day in November, and they're not going to stop after Election Day. And that should be, everyone should take note of that on both levels, that this isn't, they're not going to let up, and they should not.
If you think we're
what the fuck? That don't mean nothing.
rally or not, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Making us all look bad when it's all made up BS. All right,
Made up.
Let's
Wait,
go
what's
to
made up, my nigga?
some of these protests real quick that happened. That's still happening. Some of them happened in Phoenix. Nick told me that it was by the grace of God.
I'm wondering if he's finna cherry pick the incidents of violence throughout the entire country and act like that's a representation of the No Kings protest. When more people protested than went to that stupid ass parade across the country and apparently the world, Brickenshaw said he's in Sweden and people protested where they have actual kings.
God, he didn't run nobody over. And I'm glad he didn't, because I'd have had to put up his bail money. And I really don't want to spend that money on his bail. But if he ran over one of these nut jobs, I probably would try to bail him out. All right, let's go to the CNN, MSNBC gaslighting us, saying that this is mostly peaceful 211 times. Let me just say this. What? The propaganda is
gaslighting? Wait, why is it gaslighting? Why is it not just the truth? You have not, why is he pretending as if inevitably it wasn't mostly peaceful?
Is dummies like this guy saying Trump is evil and propaganda like this. Roll a clip.
Shows that a study from the Media Research Center shows that from June 11th to the 12th, CNN.
Yeah, I saw the way he had that little bit at the bottom and the way he shook it up. I'm like, oh, he drinking.
And MSNBC personalities insisted the anti-ICE demonstrations were peaceful 211 times. Say it one more time.
I find it hilarious that this is something that Fox chooses to focus on. Let's count how many times they said it was peaceful.
Were peaceful 211 times. Say it one more time. 211 times they were peaceful.
Meanwhile, let's just show the incidents of violence.
Tell you later.
As if this encapsulates the entire protest across the whole country.
Looks peaceful to me. All these people are in.
Honestly, it do look peaceful. I mean, nobody's doing anything. He's standing there with a flag. It's some shit on fire, but
same. 211 times they said.
Wait. How do you watch this and not question the integrity of the person presented to you? Fox News said, let's see. CNN and MSNBC says the protests were mostly peaceful 211 times. That's how many times they said it. Oh, it's so just, why do you have to keep reminding us that it was peaceful? Meanwhile, then they say, meanwhile, and show a singular shot of somebody standing on a car with 2 cars burning. Nothing else. No other incidents. That's the rebuttal to all the. Honestly, it made me believe, well, maybe it was mostly peaceful. If you got one piece of footage of it of not peace, you got one thing. So to me, that means it was probably mostly peaceful, right? I gotta get this camera together, man. The motherfucker moved too much.
It was peaceful. As they harass ICE agents, block federal operations, vandalize, and shield illegal aliens from law enforcement. Let's run over the numbers of how many people are physically harmed by people on the left and people on the right. Because I'm not gonna say I don't care, but this vandalization and breaking windows and shit, I don't give a fuck about. Like you're reaching, bro. It's peaceful.
One of the incidents of burning cars is astonishing peaceful. Brickenshaw, I don't know, because I don't know if it was bigger than the well, maybe, you know what? It could be for a single day. I don't know, because I know the 2020 ones went across the whole world. I think like every country had a protest, I think. But I don't know. I thought it would have been the 2020 George Floyd protest was the biggest.
And they didn't just do it regularly, they did it with force. This is a co-opted mainstream media that's hell-bent on getting everybody confused and getting you to believe something that occurred that didn't actually happen.
What are you talking about? That's what you're doing right now. You're laughing at the fact that CNN and MSNBC said the protest was mostly peaceful 211 times, and then they show one piece of footage of somebody standing on a car with other cars burning around them. How does that refute the fact that it was mostly peaceful? At least they say it was all peaceful and nothing happened at all. That's the truth. It was mostly peaceful. Most of the people on January 6th weren't being violent. I don't have a problem with saying that. What is your aversion to saying that most of the No Kings protest was peaceful? Because it was. It would be different if they said there was no violence, nothing happened, it was all peace, everybody was hugging and kissing each other, and they was making babies, and it was all love and nothing bad happened, nobody was hurt, nobody yelled, blah, blah, blah. I would understand your gripe. They said mostly, meaning there was room for people to act out, and you got one piece of footage of it, which you had access to get more, and y'all show one thing, and you're trying to say that you're not seeing what you're seeing. Give me a fucking break. This is pathetic.
And it's a shame, y'all, because is this country a violent, evil country? Not necessarily. It can be, but I don't think that it should be. I don't think that it should be.
Obviously. This nigga is crazy, bro. That was worse than I thought it was going to be. Holy shit. Man.